Very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor. First up, the headlines. Fifth phase nominations for Lok Sabha polls begin today. We'll cover 51 constituencies in 7 states. Voting will be on 6th of May. Rahul Gandhi to file nomination from Amethi today. Other big leaders for this phase are Sonia Gandhi, Smriti Irani, Rajnath Singh and Jayant Sinha. 91 seats across 20 states to vote in the first phase tomorrow. First phase assembly elections in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and Odisha. Vice President appeals to people to exercise their voting right. Prime Minister Modi to address poll rallies in Gujarat and Goa, both states to vote in the third phase on 23rd of April. Electioneering today to witness Amit Shah rallies in Kasganj and Firozabad in Uttar Pradesh, Rahul Gandhi's rallies in Bihar's Katihar and Raiganj in West Bengal, Mayawati in Mysuru, Karnataka. And Supreme Court to pronounce verdict on Centre's objections on RAFALE review petitions. Centre said privileged documents cannot be used to re-examine earlier verdict on RAFALE. Apex Court hearing 5 review pleas against its 14th of December verdict, giving clean chit to the government in the case. First up, all the election-related news. The election authorities are fully geared up for conducting free and fair polls on Thursday. In the first phase of polling on 11th of April, a total of 91 parliamentary constituencies spread across 20 states will go to polls. The remaining 6 phases will be held on 18th of April, 23rd of April, 29th of April, 6th of May, 12th of May and 29th of May, and results will be declared. And 25 seats of Andhra Pradesh, 17 of Telangana, 8 seats of Uttar Pradesh, 7 seats of Maharashtra, 5 seats each of Assam and Uttarakhand, 4 each of Bihar and Odisha, 2 of Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Meghalaya and West Bengal, and 1 seat each of Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Andaman and Lakshadweep are going to polls in the first phase. And in the key candidates in the first phase, the Congress has pitted former BJP leader Nana Patole against senior BJP leader Union Minister Nitin Gadkari from the Nagpur Lok Sabha seat in Maharashtra. A tough fight also awaits the Union Minister of State for Home Kiran Rijiju on his home turf, the Arunachal West constituency. He is facing former Chief Minister Congress's Nabam Tuki. And in Uttarakhand's Almora seat, BJP sitting parliamentarian Ajay Tamta faces Congress's Pradeep Tamta. In Jammu and Kashmir's Jammu Lok Sabha seat, BJP candidate Jugal Kishore Sharma is hoping for a re-election. The National Conference is supporting the Congress candidate here, ex-Minister Raman Bhalla from this constituency, and the PDP also has opted for not fielding any candidate here. And apart from the Lok Sabha elections, 11th of April will also witness one-phased assembly elections in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and first phase of the 4-phased assembly elections in Odisha. And the election authorities have fully geared up for conducting free and fair polls on Thursday. In Telangana, a total of 443 candidates are in the fray for 17 Lok Sabha constituencies. 2.97 crore electors will be utilizing their franchise at more than 34,000 polling stations. In Uttar Pradesh, the cacophony of electioneering fell silent, and candidates and their supporters are now engaging in interpersonal canvassing. In Uttarakhand, voting for 5 parliamentary seats will be held in the first phase. All preparations for the peaceful polling have been completed. In Assam also, polling will be held at 5 seats in the first phase. And in Tripura also, all necessary arrangements have been done to conduct free and fair polls. There will be webcasting facility in the polling booths. In Arunachal Pradesh, 7.98 lakh voters will decide the fate of 181 candidates who are in the fray for the 60-seat assembly elections. And Meghalaya, which has 2 parliamentary constituencies, Shillong and Tura, will go to polls in the first phase. And also by-polls to the Salsala seat is also scheduled to be held on 11th of April, that is on Thursday. 7 seats from Maharashtra's Vidarbha region will also go to polls in the first phase. And in Chhattisgarh, Maoist-affected tribal Bastar constituency will go to polls in the first phase. More than 1,800 polling stations have been set up. Out of these, 512 are identified as sensitive and 224 are hypersensitive. A total of 15 candidates are in the fray for the lone seat of Andaman and Nicobar parliamentary constituency, which go to polls in the first phase. All right, our reporters are tracking the elections very, very closely. We have with us Akhilesh Suman, who is joining us first from Gangtok, and we have also Anu Devan joining us from Odisha. Kriti Mishra is joining us from Nizamabad in Telangana. Coming to Akhilesh first. Akhilesh, Sikkim will vote in the assembly polls and the Lok Sabha elections simultaneously on 11th of April. Of course, the state has 566 polling stations with the 120 polling stations being identified as critical as well. So tell us, what are the preparations that are in place for the smooth conduct of the polls?
Sikkim is a special status state in the country, and Sikkim is also, one of the 3 states which has very high, you can say that highest literacy rate. So in that way, Sikkim's election has been comparatively, non-violent, peaceful, and everyone has been freely and fairly voting in Sikkim. What is the major attraction of Sikkim? I'll tell you, Aishwarya, that Sikkim is the only state in the country that has one constituency for lamas, Buddhist lamas. And this is not a territory, this is not a territorial constituency, not a geographical constituency. It is a constituency of lamas. Lamas from all over the state can vote in 51 polling booths, and accordingly, they are declared one. So on 51 polling booths, there will be 3 EVM machines, one for the assembly, one for the parliament, and another for the lama candidate. So this is one of the interesting things about Sikkim. The other interesting thing about Sikkim is that it is well connected, though it is a hilly area, but it is well connected. And in one day, all EVM, VVPAT machines, all polling parties will be delivered today. From morning it has started, and it will be delivered by the evening. So it is also one of the major achievements that in one day they can reach to any polling booths. Webcasting is possible from many polling stations, but there are some connectivity issues where they will record the polling processes, and they will send it to the headquarters for verifying if there is any complaint. So in that way, Sikkim is very well prepared, and Sikkim also has a special arrangement for all the especially able people on all polling booths. They have arrangement for wheelchairs, for whoever needs it. In that way, Sikkim has been quite peaceful in this way, Aishwarya.
Absolutely, all security arrangements are in place there to ensure a safe environment for all the voters of the state there in Sikkim. Let's now go across to Kriti Mishra, who's joining us from Nizamabad in Telangana. Kriti, as far as Telangana is concerned, of course, at stake are the 17 Lok Sabha seats in the state, and the prospects of 443 candidates, of course, from the TRS, Congress and the BJP contesting from all the 17 seats, and close to 300 independents now rest in the hands of more than 2 crore voters in the state. Tell us about the preparations that are in place.
Well, Aishwarya, the poll fervor is there, and of course, the poll drums have fallen silent and cacophony has ended, and now the battle lines are drawn. Now, Telangana would be holding Lok Sabha elections for 17 Lok Sabha constituencies, and remember, all preparations are in place because around 70,000 personnel would be manning around 34 polling booths. Special focus and cynosure would be Nizamabad constituency because it is for the first time in India's electoral history that 12 EVMs would be used in Lok Sabha constituencies. These are EVMs of M3 make, and these EVMs allow the ballot units to be connected to one control unit because around 185 candidates are in fray in Nizamabad. So all security measures are in place, and particularly talking about Andhra Pradesh as well. Andhra Pradesh would be holding simultaneous Lok Sabha as well as assembly polls. So there also Hawkeye vigil would be kept in all the vulnerable and sensitive constituencies. Around 85,000 polling personnel would actually man 43,000 polling booths. There are shadow teams that have been constituted to censure illicit cash and illicit liquor. So all security arrangements are in place to hold elections both in Telangana as well as Andhra Pradesh. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right, Kriti, stay with us. Now let's go across to Anu Diwan, who is joining us from Odisha. Anu, how do you look at the preparations for the first phase of polling, which will be held in 4 Lok Sabha and 28 assembly segments in Odisha on Thursday? How do the preparations look like?
Yeah, Aishwarya, definitely tomorrow Odisha, four Lok Sabha constituencies of Odisha will be undergoing polling, where Election Commission is fully prepared to hold a peaceful election. They have prepared around 7,000, more than 7,000 polling station, and around 47,000 polling personnel will be managing it. And around 30 polling stations are all women polling stations, where the only women polling personnel will be holding the election process, and around 2,300 polling stations are said to be critical, where heavy security will be deployed to see that the election goes very peacefully with free and fair security features. And along with that, Election Commission has managed special arrangement for the physically handicapped people, providing them with wheelchairs and other facilities whichever is required for them, so that they want to see that none of the general public is away from the polling. They have to cast their vote, that because it's everybody's rights and should be delivered on time as per their requirement.
All right.
Yeah.
So very interesting contest in Odisha as well, where of course the main contest is among the chief ministers, BJD and the BJP in the state. Thank you so much, Anu Diwan, for all those updates. Also like to thank Kriti Mishra joining us from Telangana and Akhilesh Suban, who joined us from Gangtok. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. And Congress President Rahul Gandhi will today file his nomination for the Amethi Lok Sabha seat. The nomination comes after he earlier filed his nomination from Wayanad seat in Kerala. Now, Amethi is a Gandhi bastion in Uttar Pradesh that Rahul Gandhi has represented for the last 15 years. It goes to polls in the 5th phase on 6th of May. And for the second consecutive time, Rahul Gandhi will face the BJP's Smriti Irani, who is likely to file her nomination papers the day after, that is on Thursday. In 2014, Smriti Irani had lost to Rahul Gandhi. However, there was a reduced margin of victory for Rahul Gandhi. Last Thursday, Rahul Gandhi had filed his nomination from Wayanad in Kerala and said that he was contesting from a seat in South India as well to send a message of unity. Rahul Gandhi will also hold a roadshow in Gauriganj town, the administrative headquarters of Amethi. The Congress chief is also likely to be accompanied by his sister and party's Eastern UP in charge Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and his mother and Raebareli Lok Sabha lawmaker Sonia Gandhi. All right, our colleague Navikram Singh is now joining us live from Amethi. Navikram, Congress President Rahul Gandhi going to file his nomination for Lok Sabha elections from his family pocket borough, Amethi. We understand that Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi will also accompany him in a procession to file his nominations. Tell us, how does the mood look like? What is the situation at the ground?
ऐश्वर्या, अगर अमेठी की बात करें, आप जानती हैं ये कांग्रेस की परंपरागत सीट है, कांग्रेस का गढ़ मानी जाती है, गांधी परिवार का गढ़ मानी जाती है। लेकिन जिस तरीके से हमने 2014 के लोकसभा चुनाव में देखा था, जो जीत का अंतर काफी कम हुआ था, जो पहले करीब 3.5 लाख जीत का अंतर था, वो घटकर 1.5 लाख के करीब रह गया। तो ऐसे में कांग्रेस के सामने सबसे बड़ी चुनौती ये है कि जो अपनी खोई हुई जमीन है, जो अपने काडर वोट है, उसे एक बार फिर कांग्रेस में वापस लाया जा सके। वहीं बीजेपी की तरफ से एक कड़ी चुनौती अमेठी में देखने को मिल रही है, क्योंकि स्मृति ईरानी केंद्रीय मंत्री जो हैं, उन्होंने कई यहां पर दौरे किए, करीब 36 बार, राहुल गांधी से ज्यादा बार अगर मैं कहूं तो उन्होंने अमेठी का दौरा किया है। ऐसे में थोड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि अमेठी के लोगों में, कांग्रेस कार्यकर्ताओं में जरूर उत्साह है, क्योंकि प्रियंका गांधी इस बार चुनाव प्रचार में हर जगह दिख रही हैं, तो पार्टी, लेकिन जो यहां की अमेठी की जनता है, उसके भी अपने अलग मुद्दे हैं। एयर स्ट्राइक जैसे जो मसले हैं, उस पर कहीं ना कहीं जो बीजेपी है उसे सहानुभूति मिलती दिखाई दे रही है। तो ऐसे में मुकाबला बड़ा दिलचस्प होने की उम्मीद है और देखना होगा किस तरीके के नतीजे आते हैं। फिलहाल तो यहाँ कड़ी चुनौती मिलती दिखाई दे रही है। जी ऐश्वर्या।
Absolutely, very interesting contest going to be seen in Amethi as well. And Rahul Gandhi there going to file his own nomination today, and Smriti Irani, who had earlier lost to Gandhi in 2014, would follow suit a day later, that is on Thursday. And UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will also join Irani's show of strength on Thursday. Thank you so much, Navikram, for all those updates there from Amethi. We'll keep coming back to you. And ahead of the first phase of election in Assam on 11th of April, Chief Electoral Officer of Assam, MC Sahu, shares the efforts being undertaken to ensure high voter turnout in the state. Here is a report by our correspondent Vishal Dahiya.
We will be having elections in 3 phases. So, first phase will be on 11th, second on 18th, and third on 23rd. In Assam, we have total 28,143 polling stations. This time, Election Commission has put special stress on making this election accessible election, which is accessible to all. People who need some special arrangements, we are trying to make some special arrangements for them, for bringing them to the polling stations, maybe providing them wheelchairs if they need so. Those electors, they have never voted, so there may be some hesitation. So we are trying to break that hesitation. We are engaging with many NGOs, many colleges. We have conducted many programs with them. Our youth icons like Hima Das and Gulab Rafa, those kind of youth icons we have also taken, so that we can connect with all these new voters. The election will take place based on the electoral rules. So people whose names are there in the electoral rules, they will be entitled to vote. They can come to the polling station and cast their votes.
And nominations for the 5th phase of general elections will begin from today. In this phase, the 51 seats in 7 states will go to polls. Voting will be held on 6th of May. Voting will be held for 14 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 12 in Rajasthan, 7 seats each in West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh, 5 in Bihar, 4 in Jharkhand and 2 seats in Jammu and Kashmir. The candidates will be able to file their nomination papers till 18th of April, and scrutiny of nominations will be done on 20th of April, while 22nd of April is the last day to withdraw the candidature. And the prominent faces in this phase are UP Chairperson Sonia Gandhi, Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Union Minister Smriti Irani, Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Jayant Sinha to contest from Jharkhand's Hazaribagh Lok Sabha seat, and Sharad Yadav to contest from Bihar's Madhepura, among others. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will campaign for BJP in Gujarat and Goa today. The Prime Minister is set to address 2 rallies in his home state of Gujarat, in Junagadh town in Saurashtra and in Songarh in Tapi district. Gujarat, remember, will vote on 23rd of April. In 2014, BJP had won all the 26 Lok Sabha seats in Gujarat. And in the evening, Prime Minister Modi will address a rally at Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium near Panaji in Goa. Polls for the state's 2 Lok Sabha seats and by polls to the 3 assembly seats will be held on 23rd of April. And looking at the other rallies that are slated for the day, BJP President Amit Shah is set to campaign in Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka today. In UP, the BJP chief will address rallies in Kasganj and in Firozabad. Kasganj falls under Ita Lok Sabha seat. Both Ita and Firozabad will vote in the third phase on 23rd of April. And Congress President Rahul Gandhi will lead the party's campaign in Bihar and West Bengal. In the afternoon, Rahul Gandhi will address an election rally in Katihar in Bihar. And later in the day, he will address a rally at Raiganj in Uttar Dinajpur district of West Bengal. BSP Chief Mayawati will address a rally at Maharaja's College grounds in Mysuru in Karnataka. India's youngest state, Telangana, will hold Lok Sabha polls for 17 seats in the first phase of elections on 11th of April. The battle lines have been drawn. A three-cornered contest is being witnessed between the ruling TRS, Congress and the BJP. Here is a special report.
Carved out of the united Andhra Pradesh, Telangana became the 29th state in 2014. The state is divided into 33 districts. Despite the Congress cobbling up a four-party front, including the Telugu Desam Party, the TRS got the massive mandate, winning 88 seats in 119-member assembly. The ruling party's tally swelled to 100, with 10 Congress MLAs joining its ranks. A TDP MLA and 2 independents also crossed over to TRS. The TRS eyeing the 2019 Lok Sabha election as an opportunity to form a federal front.
TRS, K. Chandrasekhar formed a party, but he had a very limited support. There were 10-15 MLAs in a house of 290. So Telangana constitutes about 119 seats. Out of 119 seats, he hardly had 15-20 seats or 25 seats. So there was sporadic support from the TRS party. He had an alliance with Telugu Desam, he had an alliance with Congress. Somehow he have not with the both parties.
The TDP is fighting to retain its hold over neighbouring Andhra Pradesh, where it is facing a resurgent YSR Congress in the simultaneous assembly and parliamentary elections. The party has decided not to field candidates for the Lok Sabha seats in Telangana, a first since its formation in 1982. In 2014, the BJP, which had an alliance with the TDP, contested 7 seats but won only the Sikandrabad Lok Sabha constituency.
Had they announced Telangana in Telangana, the situation would have been different. Yes, KCR was a major factor. Ultimately when KCR himself agreed that, without Sonia Gandhi, without Congress, Telangana wouldn't have been a reality at all. So Congress failed in the very first itself. Had they come to Telangana, held a public meeting here and announced Telangana here, the situation would have been different. And another big factor which I think, politically from a social factor, was they ignored the Reddy community in Telangana, which is very strong politically, economically, and they have a huge sway over the people.
Elections to 17 Lok Sabha constituencies in Telangana will be held on April 11, 2019. 2.97 crore electors will exercise their franchise at 34,604 polling stations in all Lok Sabha constituencies. Meanwhile, police and poll officials seized over 52 crore rupees of unaccounted cash and goods for violating Model Code of Conduct till now.
High decibel campaign has ended in Telangana and stage is set for the Lok Sabha polls, where candidates would be battling each other for 17 Lok Sabha seats. Reporting from Hyderabad with camera person Junaid Iqbal Khan, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
On to some other news now. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said that vote is a pious responsibility and everyone should exercise it to improve the quality of the polity, strengthen democracy and build a glorious future for individuals and nation. In a message, he said that one should not let the moment pass, pause and ponder and act. The Vice President added that we are today the largest democracy in the world. We must now make it the best democracy in the world. He urged each citizen to exercise this precious right to make his opinion count and elect representatives. Venkaiah Naidu said that over the last 70 years, more and more people have participated in the elections. While there were about 17 crore voters in 1951, the number has increased to 83 crore in 2014. Even though this reflects a significant improvement, more voters must participate in the electoral process, he said. And the Supreme Court will pronounce a verdict on Centre's preliminary objections in the Rafale review plea today. Centre had raised objections that the documents on which it claimed privilege as per Section 123 of the Indian Evidence Act cannot be relied upon to re-examine the verdict in the Rafale fighter jet deal. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi will pronounce the verdict. The apex court had reserved the verdict on 14th of March. The centre had questioned the admissibility of the privileged documents annexed by former Union Ministers Yashwant Sinha and Arun Shourie and activist lawyer Prashant Bhushan in their review petition against the top court's 14th of December judgment. The Supreme Court had dismissed all petitions against the Rafale jet deal in its judgment then. And that is the wrap on this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day ahead.